we are back. Oops, no. Hello, hello, everyone. Hello, hello. How are we all doing? We're back. I don't know if you can see me. Jeez, I can't tell. My internet just crapped out on me here. It's all good. We'll fix this after. How are we all doing? Welcome back. How do you know? How do you do? How are y'all? What do you know? What's new and exciting? Oh my goodness me. All right. All right. Hold on here. Okay. You know what? We're going to have to take that off there so we can get something going on here. How is everyone doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Hold on while I check what's going on here. Make sure things are happening the way they're supposed to. Oh, look, see? We got the wrong thing going on here. Look at that. There we go. See? Wasn't that nice? No idea what you were even seeing. Probably my laptop. Okay. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Because we're having some technical issues. And that's okay. It's been just absolutely downpouring here. Absolutely downpouring. So, here we are. All right. I'm hoping you all can see me okay. Just a minute here. I can't tell. I just trust. All right. Let's have a boo. Let's look right here and see what goes on. Okay. Here we are. Okay. Look at us. Okay. I found a way. I found a way. We're not on YouTube. We're not on YouTube. We're on Facebook. So how is everyone doing? What if we do this? Okay. Oops, hold on here. Oh, just a minute. All right, now let's see. I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, let's hope it's all working out. Hey, 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 everyone. How are we all doing? Everything's good? Welcome back to Saturday Night, Psychic Saturday Night Live. Wow. It's been a little while. That's on me, and I'm really, really sorry about that. Yeah, actually, I'm really sorry about that. But, you know, it did. It offered me an opportunity to branch out into a whole new platform. So, you know, I got my feet wet a little bit, and here we are, back again. Anyway, it's all good. Goodness me, I hope you can all see me okay. I'm trusting anyway. Okay, so we're back for Psychic Saturday Night Live. I'm just going to have a little boo here because I cannot tell what you all can see. Oops, that's probably a bit too much, actually. Okay, okay. Put this on there. See what happens. Is that better? Can anybody tell me? I don't even know. I can't even tell. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's one of those days, folks. Has anybody else had that kind of day today? It's been kind of that week. I think it's been a week. Like, I don't know. But you know what? Pluto went retrograde, and so if you can't see me, just bear with me a minute here while I try and figure everything out. I hope it's all good. Anybody watching? Can anybody see me? I don't even know. But let's see. As long as we've got the chair in view, we should be just fine. All right, let's do this. Huh. These modern conveniences, I don't really know. Okay. Mother's Day edition, Psychic Saturday Night Live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, we have a couple of things we want to talk about. There's no real housekeeping other than this whole, I want to talk to you about this, that, and the other thing. Downpour a second ago, starting to have sunshine now. Wouldn't you know? Just figures that way, doesn't it? Anyway, it's all good. This week's been rather interesting, to say the least. And what I think is really interesting is that people are way further along in the awake part than I think we had previously given people credit for. So that, again, is also on me, I think. Because, honestly, I did a video that I posted on another platform, you know, the one that makes the sound of time going by. And it, within, like, I don't know, 36 hours, it hit, like, I don't know, quite a few views. We'll say quite a few. But as I was reading the comments, I expected, like, a whole lot of, I was so pleasantly impressed to see how awake people really are, how aware people are. They're not falling for anything anymore. Like, we have reached a level of consciousness that is literally the defining moment. I really truly believe it's the tipping scale. We have managed to make mass, critical mass, I guess they call that, right? Because there are a lot of people getting what I was talking about, picking up what I was laying down, if you get my drift. And here's what I did: a part 2 and a part 3. I'm actually going to do a part 4 eventually, because I want to talk about that for just a moment. And I'm not interested in pissing anybody off or anything, but they don't need any extra information. Like, you give them plenty on your taxes, right? And that's really what this all comes down to. Let's face it. They're just going to, and especially for those of us in the region that I live in, and not just the region, but the township I live in, apparently. Let's do a little Googling, because I still haven't got to that. I had so much going on, but, at one point, if I'm not mistaken, hello, sunshine, if I'm not mistaken, where I live in, certain township was like one of the highest for taxes. Now, how do you think they come upon those numbers? Just saying, for God's sakes. I'm just going to hike everything up. You want to know how the roads are, what the infrastructure needs? Go for a frickin' drive in your car. That's all you need. Like, really, it's not hard. And they tell you, you get so much information on those taxes that they don't need to ask you any further questions. And most of that stuff is really none of their business. And let's face it, folks, bottom line, apparently transparency is not a thing for them. So it's like, what? Rules for thee and not for me? That's bullshit. They work for us. I mean, I'm just saying. Doug Ford and his whole, no, you don't get to know what's on our phones or in our emails, but we need to know everything about you, and you'll be fined if we don't. You know what? And anyway, I'm not going to get into it. It's like a big thing. They're tracking your every move anyway. You really think that this is about them finding out or needing to know? They already freaking well know. They're just getting you to admit to it and then giving consent to them knowing it. Let's face it. Anyway, Mother's Day is upon us. Tomorrow is Mother's Day in the merry, merry month of May. And I absolutely love this because, as I tell my kids all the time, love your mother even if she's batshit crazy. That would be me. And I'm not crazy. I'm probably more sane than most people out there, even though there's probably a lot of people who might want to debate me on that, or might completely disagree, but that's okay. But I know a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't know. And I know that, what might appear as a little eccentric, we'll say, is authentic. And that's not something you see a lot of places. And it takes a lot of guts to be kooky, to be, a little eccentric, to be a little creative, and a little bit outspoken, and that's the point. So there we are, and that's me. So for those of you who are mothers, naturally or by default, in terms of those who are, engaging with, sitting in, honoring a mothering capacity in whatever way that may be, and fur mommies and all of them, everybody, I just wish you all the best this day. If there's ever a time to honor the mother concept, the mother energy, the divine feminine, it's tomorrow, more than any other day in the whole year. And for that, I am just like loving it, because let's face it, creative energy is feminine. Mother Earth, Mother Nature, there's like this whole thing, and yet she's been poo-pooed all along. Oh no, there's no importance there. There's no valid, reason to appreciate, honor, or deem her as sacred. So she's been really swept under the carpet quite a bit over the years. And so, that being said, this is definitely a time where we get the chance to really, truly honor her. And we see in the patriarchy what they think of the feminine. We see throughout many areas of our world how they feel about the feminine. And, you know, let's face it, if it wasn't for the feminine, none of us would be here. None of us would be here. And yet some choose to degrade and whatnot. So let's face it, right? We're here to honor this day, even if it is man-made, woman-made, whatever, even if it is and I don't typically buy into the whole man-made stuff anyway, as you may have discovered from other, you know, popular events that I don't necessarily adhere to. Mother's Day is different, you know, especially with the feminine, because to me, that Mother Nature, Mother Earth stuff, like that's where I'm at. And quite honestly, you know, the female, the mother, is the divine portal, right? She's a gateway that souls choose to enter this realm. You're not coming in without a feminine aspect. Whether you're in a petri dish or not, you're still in need of the feminine. You just can't have one without the other. And so it's important, you know, for us to honor the mother and giving that love and light to her, appreciating the mothers that we are, the creation that's kept, you know, humanity moving and going and growing, evolving, you know, is, yeah. So honor the mother, honor your mother, the ones who give you life, the ones who sustain you in life. Yeah, all of that. Yeah, it's very important. So go buy her a cake, some flowers, something. Be nice to her. If you can't freaking well buy her something or do anything for her or whatever, then at least be kind, loving, and caring to her. There we are. Okay. What else we're going to talk about? Oh, you know what? And it's May. I usually do the date, right? It's May 8th today. May 8th. Time is just rolling along. May 9th. 9th. Yes, excuse me. 9th. Pardon me. 9th. It is the 9th. Again, time's just rolling along. I've had so much going on this week myself. I'm sure everybody else is the same. Pluto went retrograde, and I don't know what's going on with the energy. I really don't know. The masculine energy is, and I think it's probably in polarity experience with the divine feminine having sort of an uprise. So, you know, or sort of an honoring and a focus on the collective, which brings all of that energy, you know, together in one spot. And so in contrast to that, the divine masculine is probably, or at least the divine male, are probably wondering like, hey, how about us? What about us? Don't forget about us. So yeah. Just saying. Okay, what else do I got? Oh, I got a little list today, which I generally have had lately. Pluto went retrograde. Now, I don't know what everybody else's experience with Pluto is, because we all kind of have our own, you know, interpretations of stuff. Welcome to those who are watching. Thank you so much for coming back and joining me again. You know, I know I was gone for a little while there, but anyway. Okay, so nonetheless, Pluto seems to hold a lot of karmic stuff. Where the heck is my little thingy? Here. Okay. My little cheat sheet. Astrology cheat sheet I got from my astrology guy. Love Dan the man. Oh, he is the man. Absolutely. He just makes all of this stuff that I have no idea about. Like, really, I know just the basics about. He makes it all, like, logical. Anyway, thank you, Dan, for this wonderful cheat sheet. But nonetheless, Pluto is about past life challenges and subconscious blocks. Ruled by Scorpio, so of course you're going to have a lot of stings to it. There's going to be a lot of energy associated with it. But I have also found that in that karmic stuff, past life challenges and the subconscious blocks, there's a lot of karmic stuff. There's also a lot of information held into Pluto's sphere, or whatever that the hell is. Its orbit. That is information. It's like the collective conscious in a sense for me, or almost maybe like more not necessarily the collective conscious, but more like the Akashic records related to past life stuff and karma. That's what I really feel. So I don't know whose experience is the same as mine. I don't know. I don't talk to a whole lot of other people. I kind of just trust what comes to me via my guides and whatnot. But I think that's really important, because as you're dealing with past life challenges and subconscious blocks, that's kind of what karma is all about. So there we have that. So ride this out, because this is the second time Pluto's gone retro in a little while. And where the heck is my book now? Oh, crapanoly. Somewhere. Anyway, yeah. It's there till like October. Yeah, I know. October. Really? Great. Anywho, That's another thing. Oh, and oh, wait, I wanted to talk about this first. And if you're watching, Steve, not tonight, we'll be doing, I'm just going to announce it tonight, and we're going to kind of build a thing up. So that's my brother. I want to resume the conversations, the connecting consciousness, or connecting A to Z, the dots A to Z, spiritually speaking, consciousness conversations, whatever the hell they were. I want to talk about them again. I want to get involved with them, and I want to give out a Zoom link so that we can have a conversation. Everybody can pitch in, bring their ideas, their questions, whatever else to the table. Just saying. I think it's important. There's a lot of stuff going on, and people want to know, right? Like, and with the massive awakening that's happening in this critical mass that we're holding, people need to be able to validate what they're feeling and seeing and knowing and receiving for themselves, right? So whether it resonates with what we say or it helps them, find some sort of direction for themselves, whatever, they can be very, very helpful. So watch for that on my page, the Zoom link, and it's going to be, an opportunity for all of us. And I'm not sure when exactly we'll do it. We might start it next week after, well, no, next week's a long weekend, but we might start it the week after that. We're going to build a little up for it so people can get a chance to get to it, but maybe again after Psychic Saturday Night Live, just because we're already here, right? Okay, next up, oh yeah, anybody else feel the disturbance in the force that was yesterday's experience, May 8th in Toronto? Two incredibly potent energy sort of people. Very impactful. Carney showed up in Toronto, and Obama was there. Now, I don't know if you all realize that these closed door discussions between those two individuals, that's not really allowed, apparently. From what I can gather, from what I've been reading and picking up on here as well, like there's some serious issues going on here. And quite honestly, it could position us for something very interesting to take place. And so I would encourage you all to go and research. I don't want to say a whole lot on this platform because I just got back. Although I will tell you what I did do to deserve punishment. And it's because of Obama. But anyway, but what I did do was over the line. And I will admit it. I went a little far. I was feeling full of P&V that day, and I didn't really give it. Anyway, just saying. Yeah. So, they're not supposed to do that. And from what I can gather, there actually is an opportunity here. Now, this might be very interesting because, we don't really know what's going on, but we know that 2030 is a big date for the agendas. And I did watch a video not long ago, maybe about 6 months or more. But anyway, there was a woman on there, and and forgive me for going on about this, but I think I kind of missed y'all. Anyway, she went on about, she actually somehow glitched out her chat GBT or whatever the hell it was she was using, her AI system. And it actually answered a future question for her as if it was real at the time, right? Because if it was like current. And the question was, what happened? What the hell was it? February 2nd, 2030, I think they said. And it came back with the dissolution of the United States of America. And then the next day, so the third day of February 2030 was the, how do they call it? The formation, I think they said, of USMC, AC, whatever the hell it's called. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, this is for entertainment purposes only that we do all this shit, right? Like, just if it comes through, it's like a Simpsons episode. Right on. Did you catch my video about Matt Groening? Just curiosity. You can't make shit like that up, people, really. Anyway, again, back to the whole. So apparently there is maybe cause here, just cause for some international laws that have been violated to be acted upon. Go figure. And that puts the big orange dude into an interesting position. And Canada herself, little white and red here, having a hard time, maybe. And then that might even be part of the plan. Who the hell knows? These people are all unhinged, if you ask me. I don't know what the hell's going on anymore. I don't even bother trying to figure it out. Just like, okay, what's the next installment of this soap opera going to look like? Because none of it's real. Oh, there's the other thing I wanted to mention, which I did not put on my list, but thank you, Merle, for tipping me in here. May 1st, opened up the municipal elections candidacies. you know what? Run for mayor, people. Run for mayor. Go ahead. $200 to register. And apparently if you don't win, you get your money back. I don't know what the hell it is. Anyway, look into it because don't quote me on that for God's sakes. I don't know myself enough yet. But anyway, run for mayor of your local townships or your small cities or whatever the heck you are. Because you know what? If you don't look around the world and see what the hell is going on with the mayors, they seem to hold some power. Big, small, or, minute cities, towns, and rural areas. Trust me when I tell you, these seats hold power. That's the point. That's why they were, back in 1992, anyway, they did their thing, and now we're subjected to the federal stuff, which isn't supposed to be, by the way. So anyway, run for mayor, see what happens. Who the hell goes? You know what? Even if you just get one vote or whatever the hell, you know what? The fact is, if you get out there and start talking to people about what's right, what's wrong, and what's going on, people are, offered information that they might not otherwise come by. And that's what it's all about, spreading truth, light, and information, because the information creates the light within us because of the truth that it holds. So there you have it. Yeah, just saying. Those two individuals weren't supposed to meet behind closed doors. Apparently something about that. International law violations and whatnot. The Logan Act is something we're supposed to look up with regard to that. So just saying. Oh, and hantavirus. We're not even going to talk about that. All I want to say is look at page 38 of Pfizer's list. That's all I'm going to say of side effects. That's it. Page 38, Pfizer's list of side effects. What else is there? Oh, and last but not least, here's a cute little tidbit. Did you hear that the Pope offered a prayer room to the Muslims? Now, I have nothing against Muslims, per se. I know some beautiful people who, who follow a peaceful version of it all. But then, of course, we have these radicals. Gosh darn it. And they're mostly political, as you may well know. Like, they're not about religion. They're a very different wing of that. And they're in every religion out there, right? But particularly there's a couple that are very, very detrimental to humanity. But anywho, we were not talking about those ones. Nonetheless, the prayer room at the Vatican does kind of symbolize something. Now, interestingly enough, there was a picture with Pope Francis, or whatever the hell his name was, with a very prestigious imam, giving a kiss on the cheek. That's a very big symbol. Very big symbol. And again, for the most part, nothing wrong with that, except we are aware that their objective, of course, is a one world religion, one world government, one world currency, just saying. So I find that fascinating. And of course, God bless Mother Miriam. What a sweetheart she is. If you're not familiar with Mother Miriam, please look her up. She's out there. She's like, what the hell? And I mean, for a nun, anyway. Yeah. Times are awesome. We are meeting some crunch time stuff going on. And you know what? Here's the thing. This is exactly why we're here. This is the time we're here for. This is the convergence that Looking Glass says, no matter what they try, they will not win through. They will not win. They just don't. No matter how much they've tried to suppress the feminine, period. And that creative force is all we're talking about, right? That's what we're talking about here. It's not destructive. Why would a force that is creative, want to destroy itself? It just doesn't make any sense. So the shadow of that polarity is, important to know. Anyway, doing the tarot tonight like we always do, the brick tonight like we always do. Now that we've gabbed for 24 minutes. If you're still with me, and I have no way of telling because I got no signal out here for my laptop or my other phone at the moment, so I'm just praying this is working out, because in order for you all to see me and the cards this way, I got to turn the phone around so I can't see shit, which is why I use the laptop. But anyway, we're also going to do, I hope you can see this too, the Mother Mary Oracle. by Alana Fairchild. Now, we've done a few of her decks before. She's the Isis Oracle and the Lightworkers Oracle. I mean, I just love this woman's work. I've got a number of her decks. It's awesome. And because we're talking about creator energy, one more time with the creator cards and Jean Tinder's beautiful deck here. So yeah, let's get with it, folks, shall we? May 9th, 2026. This whole month is all about transformation and incredible change. And I think it's really important for us to honor that within ourselves as well. So thank you for joining me. As I cut the deck to shuffle, we have the Knight of Wands and the Moon card. We are still coming off that full moon, by the way, and we're headed to that new moon energy, which in the month of May, by the way, is all about brand new experiences, you know, giving way for creation to unfold and do its thing, right? Just do what it do. And that's important, really important. Once again, that night comes in with the Three of Swords this time. Now, the Three of Swords is typically a card of heartbreak and sadness and sorrow, even if you want to go deep into it kind of idea. But ultimately, it's in the mind where we're really not happy with some of the things we see. And that's what happens when we look around the world and we spend too much time focused on it. We don't fare well that way. So cutting the deck last time, Knight of Wands comes in, and this time what? With the World. The World. You know, and again, there's so much going on in the world. We're coming full circle. And the energies are balancing. That pendulum swing is coming to find a space that is, okay, we're going to be okay. And then it's going to go again. And then it's going to go. And we're going to find ourselves separating. Once that next move comes along, bam, we are just totally moving into that new created new earth space. Now, I would encourage people to look up Dolores Cannon. Dolores Cannon, you know, she did a lot of amazing work with her clients with something called that she and her husband rather coined this practice of quantum healing hypnosis technique, and it takes you, you know, into a beautiful space for you to kind of see what goes on between lives and stuff like that. Now, you know, if you're interested in finding out all about those things that are going on in between spaces and time, you know, that certainly is really interesting. But some of the tales these people come out with, and they, you know, these things that they report and, you know, recall are incredible. And so she's had like a countless volumes. She's written incredible books. They're like this freaking thick. So if you're interested in big books like that, I highly recommend Dolores Cannon's work for sure. But she talks about the new earth and the vibrational shift, and that we are moving into a new vibration, which is exactly what's happening. Why? Because our our lights are shining bright, right? And we are elevating. The more we know, the more we glow. And because of that, we are illuminated. And in that, we lift up and we separate from the darkness. That darkness cannot sit in the same space as us, or it just is dissolved, dispelled, whatever. Knight of Wands in the world. So this is us in this beautiful place of culmination, coming full circle, and really, you know, just once again, being aware. We're not falling for shit again. So no matter what they tell you about this new whatever it is that's running around, I heard them on the radio say that there's no threat to the public, but you know damn well, you just know it. They don't prep. Apparently Fraudchi's back. So if you watch, you'll see him. His face will be running around telling everybody to mask up again and socially distance yourselves. And we all know what happened last time, so don't fall for it again. And for those of you that really did believe that there was something, do the research. The courts have told you there's no such thing. And anything that else was going on was anyway. $78 cards in the deck, folks. Spirit knows exactly where to direct my hand to pick the right one. So this is our mind space. This is our body. This one. Yeah, this is our spirit. This is what spirit wants us to know. This is their message to us. So in the mind space, we have this beautiful Two of Pentacles. All about what? Big changes. I hope you can see that. Big changes. And those big changes, my friends, are here, right? but in a very solid and physical way. Like you're not thinking those thoughts anymore. You're not falling for deception anymore. You're not, allowing yourself to give into the fear anymore. You're aware. You're in a place that is totally not where you were 5, 6, even 8 years ago, whatever it might have been for you. And that's the point. These big changes are taking place right now in our world all around. Why? Because this is the time for them. The energies are supportive of it. This is the time. This is the time. It's like a ride. It's like being on this ride. We're watching a movie, we're watching it all play out in front of us, but really we're the ones doing this fluctuation, these wave energy experiences in this physical space, in the body space, which is your physical reality, the grounded experience you're in, the material world. We have this card. This is justice. This is Athena. Look at that. Black and white. That's it. There is no gray. It's black and white, period. Right? There's only light or dark. That's where we are. Light or dark. Which side are you on? Whose side are you, working with and for? These are the pillars of, the occult. Boaz and Boaz rather, and Joachim, I think it is. It's important for us to recognize this is male and female. Male and female. There's got to be balance. And here sits Athena, one of my favorite characters in my deck, especially because why? First of all, in her left hand, she holds the scales of justice, which means she really does weigh out those emotional experiences for truth, right? On her shoulder sits a white owl, all about wisdom, and is able to see in the dark what needs to be seen in a, sort of total 180 or whatever it is view, perspective. And in her right hand, she carries the sword of truth. That sword of truth, you don't want to mess with her. I've worked with this energy for a very long time. I'm talking probably 15, maybe 20 years now. And honest to God, she's like a female Xena energy. She's like Duke Nukem on on estrogen. Telling you. She really does. She just kicks ass and takes your name later. She doesn't even actually care what your name is. She just doesn't want to be impolite. Just saying. She sits in a place of sovereignty, which is her truth, the balance, and because she has integrity. Be there for yourself. Be there. This is about your awareness of where you are, and those big changes have put that into perspective for you, that's where you sit, in this sovereign space of authority over yourself. You know the truth. You know what works for you. You have integrity. You have a conviction for yourself. Sit with it. Stay in it. Hold true to it. Know that you are entitled to it because it's your birthright. It's your birth. You know what else is our birthright? Abundance. Not lack, struggle, or strife. You know we're the only species on this planet that actually has to pay not only to live here, but we struggle to actually do it, to survive here. What kind of warp experience is that? That's not how it's supposed to be, That right there, my friends, is how you know shit went south big time. In the spirit space, this is Spirit's way of saying, we got your back, folks. Don't you worry. Just cherish who you are and honor the space that you hold for yourself. This is a card of, protectiveness, but also not necessarily protectiveness, more like possessiveness in a way that is appreciation, right? It's the embracing of who you are as you make your way through this journey. The page is the one that is kind of learning along the way, which we all are. We're here to do that very thing, to learn along the way. And as Spirit is here to help us with that, we need to treasure this journey. We need to honor this journey and appreciate our sacred missions here. Big changes. Why? Because we are awake. We are here doing exactly what we came to do, lifting up the vibration of this planet and elevating us to a higher space of consciousness. That's what it's all about, and there's a lot of people that don't believe that. There's a lot of people think I'm a whack job, and that's okay because they aren't where I am. They don't see what I see and they don't know what I know. That's okay. I was where they were once. I'm not saying I'm better than them. I'm just saying I'm a little further down the road. That's all. I'm the same person as them. Nobody's better than anybody else. Nobody is any better than anybody else. It's just where you stand on the moving sidewalk, really, and what you've picked up and learned along the way. A lot of people can make their way along that sidewalk, but don't pick up a frickin' book or a pamphlet or nothing to learn anything. They're not even paying attention to their own surroundings enough to glean any, experience really from that. What is that? Like, those are the fillers in the burger. Don't be a filler in the burger. Pay attention. There's so much meaning to things. There is so much meaning to everything. I've heard it once. God help me. I wish I had $1 for every time I've heard it since the first time it was said to me. But Brenda, you can read something into everything means that, yeah, you know what? We can. We all can. I'm not the only one. I just do it for a living. People pay me for it. Just saying. Check out the brick. What's that? Yep. Can't make this stuff up card, this shit up card. And totally summarizing exactly what we talk about in these beautiful little connections we have, these chats we have, and these wonderful experiences of sharing time, light, and love and laughter together. All right, let's see. This one? Top one, I'm told. Okay, this one here. You see? I hope you can see it. You can see it in the camera. The path of light. Life places the perfect people and situations on my path to help me advance on my path, on my journey of inner growth. Right? I possess the courage I need to progress despite any obstacles I might meet. I study my experiences, seeking the wisdom they have to offer. In this way, I improve from day to day. Today, I choose to grow in faith, and I'm confident that at the end of my road, I will join the light. Right? Cherish who you are, this sacred journey that you're on, this mission we're here for. You're not here by mistake or accident. There's no such thing as coincidence, and everybody has a purpose. Even those who don't feel like they do. You have a purpose. All right, let's do the creator cards first, shall we? Once again, creator cards by Jean Tinder. Love this deck. If you can't see, I have definitely used them plenty over the years. Let's have a little bit of what they have to say tonight. So we're just going to shuffle the one time, I'm told. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, right there. This one. I don't know if you can see that or not. I just love these cards. Your soul, your angels, God, source, and the universe have only one response to everything you choose. And so it is. Yeah. What you feel about, things you think, sends out a vibration that attracts things to you magnetically, electromagnetically. That's who we are. We have a signal that goes out electrically. You know, we are an electromagnetic being, so we hold the resonance of that signal, even after it's long shot out of your body into the universe, collecting all the other molecular structures that go inside, you know, that go with it. And then bam, right to you. Good, bad, or ugly. Murphy's Law is a thing, just not working for you in the way you want it to. Thinking negative thoughts, but it tells you how to work it. If you think one negative thought, you're going to have a string of them. We have something called the reticular activating system that our brains are hardwired with. Literally hardwired for. Sends out a signal, you hold it long enough, signal, goes out and attracts to you all of the things that match the signal, blah, blah, blah. You have a created reality experience. That's what it's all about. All right, number 42. Let's see what it says, shall we? What words do you speak about yourself? Are they words of encouragement or judgment, acceptance or rejection, hope or despair? Your words come directly from your belief systems, and your belief systems create your reality. All that is in service to you, supporting every choice you make. And whether you say it will be hard or easy, whether you choose self-trust or self-doubt, whether you think it's going to be negative or positive, whether you believe you are rich or poor, the universe supports your choice. It never lets you down. Listen to your words and you will hear what you are choosing. Ooh, that is so good. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's the reality of our reality. You know, people are like, well, I'll believe it when I see it. How about you believe it, then you'll see it? Because really, if you think about it, that's how it works. And, if you believe that people are untrustworthy, you're going to always meet people who are untrustworthy. For the most part. You might meet the odd one who is, but because you don't trust people and you believe they're not trustworthy, you're going to miss that opportunity with the trustworthy person or man or woman, because you are already in that vibration of, well, they're not real, they're not true, they don't come through, all of that stuff. They're not your friends, or blah, 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 whatever it might be. Just as if you believe yourself to be lucky, you are lucky. And all the things that will, prove that to you will show up at your door because you believe it. And you believe it so strongly, it's in your field. And it's consistent enough that it will always return on that investment. I used to know somebody like that. Very lucky. Very lucky. Always thought that. Her birthday had a whole whack of sevens in it and everything. She always said I was very lucky. I'm a very lucky person. And she'd go to the casino and win all kinds of money. Thousands and thousands of dollars. Walk out happy camper. No shit. Yeah. Why? Because she believed herself to be lucky. And it set her up for all of those particular opportunities that she believed herself to be lucky with. Just saying. Just saying. That's how it works. No such thing as coincidence. That's what I'm talking about. You create that. Those are man-made, kind of. Well, yeah. They're man-made for the ethers, in the ethers. And then they're materialized. Okay. Mother Mary Oracle with Alana Fairchild. Once again, what a beautiful, beautiful deck. This is her month. Mary, this is her month. Love the month of May. Got a maple out back. We call right over here, actually. We call her Mary. She's the Mary Maple. And she's just beautiful. And actually, I'm going to post some pictures. We've had a huge woodpecker, probably affiliated, I'm pretty darn sure anyway, because not too many of the little ones and the, like the downies or just the red caps, they don't make these kinds of holes. I mean, this is like enormous. And the size of the chips coming out of the wood itself, like that's a big beak. That's a big beak doing that. And I haven't caught him yet. I haven't heard him yet, or who or she or whatever, but definitely see the evidence. It's all around Mary Maple. But anyway, nonetheless, it's about transformation, right? It's also about change, huge change. And we have to honor those changes, especially in May. We get a beautiful chance to do that. Why? Because Mother Nature, Mother Earth shows us that. Whether on this side of the hemisphere, in the northern part, experiencing this wonderful summer, time, or whether in the southern part, experiencing the heading time into winter. You're seeing evidence. Either the leaves are letting you know, the trees are letting you know what it means to let things go, or Mother Earth up here is letting you know life is renewed all the time. Let's pick, shall we? This one right here. So I'm sorry for those who might be trying to find me on YouTube. I don't have a strong enough signal, and I chose Facebook tonight, so forgive me for that. Look at that. Oh, what a beautiful card. Our Lady of Divine Presence. Our Lady of Divine Presence. Beautiful, beautiful card. Anytime I've ever worked with the Mother Mary energy, it's incredibly peaceful. If you're stressed about anything, call on her. That energy is all peace. It's all love. It's all compassion. It's all calm. And I mean that sincerely. I mean, she doesn't come from this vibration. She steps down her energy so that we can experience her. But I can tell you honestly, she's an archangel that, brings the most profound impact of peace when you're stressed. If you're upset about children in your life, or someone that is struggling, because we're all somebody's child, ask Mother Mary to be with them, because I can tell you she's just a remarkable presence to have around you. So her card says, if you've been preparing to receive me, opening your heart and clearing away past shame and doubt, you've been asking for the divine light to be with you, and I will tell you now, I'm alive within you. Your wish to serve the world, to be blessed by my light so that you can assist others, is granted. As you open your heart and mind to me, your every touch becomes my touch. Your loving gaze holds the light of my own eyes within it. My grace lives in you, flowing through you into the heart of the world. Let me see how long this is, because if it's way too long, I'm not reading it all. It's pretty long. Hold on, let's see here. There comes a time on our spiritual path when that which is once an idea or philosophy is ready to become a living experience. It can be a time of exhilaration or excitement as one begins to live by metaphysical principles and building reliance upon trust, prayer, and intuition, and the benevolent guidance and protection of unconditionally loving higher beings such as Mother Mary. It's the beginning of taking one's spiritual life beyond ideas and into a living, breathing reality. As this happens, the soul can relax into life and many opportunities open up. This happens repeatedly in increasing degrees throughout our life path. We soften and open to allow in more divine light and to learn how to live with it with trust. Whilst this is continuing work in progress for us spiritually, There are milestones that we achieve, which mark times when we are about to shift up a notch in our spiritual frequency. In such moments, we are becoming more capable of allowing the divine presence to live in us, less obstructed by the workings of our ego. Once this can happen to a certain degree, healing can flow through us, whether we consider ourselves to be a healer or not. This healing energy has a constructive effect on our own life and the lives of those around us. This oracle comes to you in confirmation that you are opening up to a living divine presence, and it is having an effect on you and your life. Perhaps you're at a point in your life when a path is opening up and taking you in a different direction to what you expected. Perhaps you want to know if this is divinely orchestrated and should therefore be trusted and followed. Perhaps you're feeling emotional or physical ups and downs which might be connected to your spiritual path. As you release old emotional pain, and new spiritual energy enters your mind and body. This may be happening because you have started practicing yoga or meditation, spending more time in nature, or you're changing your lifestyle to become more loving and kind towards yourself. Perhaps you want to start yoga and meditation and are wondering if it'll be worth the effort, time, and organization it might take to make such a commitment. Our Lady of Divine Presence brings us an answer to all these questions. She appears at a time when we are receiving more of the living divine, and our bodies and our lives are changing as a result. That's the light inside us, right? That's our divine light. It comes from your heart space. The more we continue to surrender into her through trust, the more this can continue to unfold, and the more her grace is given permission to flow into us and through us. This benefits not only others, but also the Divine Mother and us too. Our Lady of Divine Presence also confirms that you are capable of bringing healing energy into the world when you allow yourself to trust her and open your heart. It just flows. And if you're considering embarking upon a career as a healer or deepening your healing practice to bring in other modalities such as energetic healing, you are acknowledged as having the ability to do this and divine support in doing so. If you're going through a healing process and feeling emotional intensity at this time, she guides you to stay with your process and let the body shed old emotional pain to become more free. She confirms that the life changes that are happening for you or will be happening soon are a result of your spiritual growth and are to be trusted and accepted. Finally, if you've been connecting with guidance and wondering if it's a genuine guidance, you're encouraged to continually pray for guidance that is based in unconditional love and to trust that, yes, you can consciously receive such guidance. Tune into your heart and trust. You know, she's not just an archangel, right? She's actually the archaea, which is a feminine counterpart to the masculine angelic force of Raphael, the healer. So her energy is all about healing, which is why she was able to give birth to Jesus, because she had to hold that frequency in order for him to come through. That's kind of how it worked. And, you know, it's pretty powerful. Pretty powerful. Love heals everything, right? And that's why also, you know, Raphael is from the heart space. And of course, his healing comes through love and unconditional love at that. But his energy is green, emerald green, beautiful emerald, rich emerald green. Mother Mary's color is often turquoise. Most of the time you see her in bright, bright blue, which is the throat chakra that she holds the space of. But often you can see her depicted in, aquamarine, teal, or turquoise. Why? Because they're a blend of both. She is both of those energies, those chakra centers, right? Both of the truth and the integrity, the communication, the balance, the justice of the throat chakra, and also that beautiful unconditional love of the heart chakra. So yeah, here we are, folks. Awesome time. I'm so grateful that you're all here. Thank you so much for joining me. God, I hope this really worked out, because I can't see a gosh darn thing on the other side of this phone. It's facing the wrong way for me. And my others still have no signal here. So I don't know what happened, but whatever. It's all good. Just going to trust, because that's what we learn to do. Trust. And even if you can't see my face, or you're only seeing my nose, or whatever the hell it might be, maybe just my shirt, my head, my forehead, I don't know what it might be. It doesn't matter. Listen to the message, folks. It's all about the message. It's just about the message. In the mind space, remember, this big changes. Two of Pentacles says lots of stuff is going on in our world to create those physical changes for us too, because it's happening in our mind first, right? The Hermetic principles teach us that everything is a thought first, and it becomes a vibration because you think it long enough, it starts to vibrate. Next thing you know, it's correspondence. That's the third Hermetic principle, correspondence. It goes out to the universe, sends a signal out, and bam, the law of attraction kicks in. Number 4 brings that to you in a beautiful experience, So just saying. Justice card comes in the physical reality, the material world for us, the grounded space. That's about truth. justice, integrity, authenticity as well, being who you are and living who you be, because who you be is divine, incredibly divine. The spirit comes in to confirm all that and say, cherish who you are, honor all of who you are, and really embrace the being that you are, because they're going to help us see just how divine we are, and that we are here at this time as these divine beings, because now is when they need us here. Now is when that wave of energy, those 3 waves that Dolores Cannon's work talks about, creating this new earth, because they put a clarion call out a long time ago, and a bunch of us were like, shit, Earth's in trouble. We better go and help, and kind of like that Guardians of the Galaxy kind of stuff. But anyway, boom. And so a bunch of us came out here, and then we got trapped. It was like, oh, crap. So they sent another signal out, and then another wave came in, like, oh, we got to rescue the first crew that showed up on ground and, didn't make it out. So they came for us. The rescue came. This is a rescue mission, right? It's really where we are, this cycling of energy. And so the third wave, these indigos and these young, beautiful, gifted, incredible light beings are here, right? And they're here to help us. So we remember, and then all of us together create this incredible electromagnetic experience of what? Light. Light. And Mother Earth lights up. We light up, and like this giant circuitry liberates us, lifts us out of the darkness, and kind of like a turbo boost shoots us up into ascension along the path of light. Exactly that. Placing perfect people and situations on our path to help us on our journeys of inner growth. I'll read it one more time, just because. Life places the perfect people and situations on my path to help me advance on my journey of inner growth. I possess the courage I need to progress despite any obstacles I might meet. I study my experiences, seeking the wisdom they have to offer. In this way, I improve from day to day. Today, I choose to grow in faith. And I'm confident that at the end of my road, I will join the light. God, I love these cards. Yeah, and of course the creator card says your soul, your angels, God, source, I always say source, and the universe, because people have trouble with the G word, and the universe have only one response to everything you choose, and so it is. They're just going to give it to you whether you like it or don't. So be careful of the thoughts you think. You know that old saying, be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Just saying that, remember, it's all about what you mean, not the thoughts you think necessarily. It's what you feel about it, about what you mean by them. That's what kicks in. That's the vibration that goes right from you. And Our Lady of the Divine Presence. Our Lady of the Divine Presence. And what does she talk about? Embodying divinity. Being who you are, really here to be. Honoring the incredible, divine, magnificent being that we are. Photonic light beings. Creator beings. Yeah, very cool. Here creating this brand new world, right? Bringing ourselves some reclamation and some sovereignty. Namaste. The light in me honors that space in you where the light dwells too. And when I'm in that place in me and you're in that place in you, and we're here together on Facebook once more, laughing, enjoying light together and shining love and doing all that stuff, shining light and having love, all whatever it is. Yeah, it's all namaste, isn't it? So again, a beautiful showering of love and light to all of those celebrating tomorrow's wonderful woman-made holiday and woman-honoring holiday, because we all know that we need to really appreciate the divine feminine. And whether you see her as Mary, whether you see her as Shekinah, whether you see her as any of the others, Isis or Shakti or whomever it might be, the divine feminine is necessary and she needs to be honored. So do that tomorrow. Honor your mother, whether it's Mother Earth, Mother Nature, preferably all 3. Until next time on Psychic Saturday Night Live.